Welcome back, everybody. It is Vlad coming at you early in the morning here on October 23rd, about 2 a.m. almost for me here in the central United States. And just wanted to get you an update. Looks like Saitama has just been on fire the last day or so. Opened up my wallet and was pleasantly surprised to see, quite a bit of money. Come back in just the last 24 hours or so. I spent like about $300 a couple of days ago, roughly, on the 19th. It was like $300, and as you can see, I have already doubled my money on just that transaction. So Saitama doing great, absolutely great. I'm really enjoying seeing the tweets coming out of their project and everything. Lots of stuff coming out from Saitama Guru and Nam, Saitama Diva. So make sure, if you haven't already, you go over there to Twitter and check out everything that they are putting out for you. That way you have, some idea of the big updates, because that's really what's going to move the price of the token, is whenever people like Russell here, when they put Mother of All Bomb, basically here's a Blazefire games deal, ESPN Sports and NBA, retired players, Willie D, all sorts of big news, and that's why the price of the token's just been basically parabolic here recently. Looking over here at CoinMarketCap, if I refresh this, make sure, so up 61% from where it was 24 hours ago. Doing fantastic on that market. I mean, like I said, September 8th, 243 million. So the market's gone up, it was here, and now it's like all the way up here, because more than $5 billion have been added to the market. Like, if you were to take 243 million and multiply that by 10, it'd give you 2.43 billion dollars, so it 10 times, and then 2.43 times 10 again would be a market cap of 24 billion, right? So we're looking at fast approaching 10 times by the end of the year, I would think, because Saitama hasn't come out yet. So I expect once Saitama comes out in November, and as long as there's no issues with the app and it performs flawlessly, that the market cap is just going to rise exponentially as new people get into this project. Whenever you have projects like Shiba that launched Shiba Swap, and everybody expected big things from it, well, the problem was that Shiba Swap was hard to use, and it didn't work properly, I don't believe, at first. There was just lots of complications. So unfortunately, they didn't see the pump in their coin that they had hoped whenever their swap released. I don't expect that with Saitama. Whenever I looked at the beta on the Twitter, it looks really good, and they were saying that it was working perfectly. So I'm really hoping that everybody can open that up here in about a little over 2 weeks, and be able to use Saitama. So that's going to be really big for it. The price is just, like I said, it's going to go through the roof, I think, beyond that. If you haven't already, this would be the place where you could get yourself some Saitama. You can come over here, connect your wallet. For me, I like to use US dollar tether. The first time that you swap a token on Uniswap, if you've never swapped it before, you will have to authorize it for that first time use. But once you've done it, you won't have to do it again. That's why I always recommend you using US dollar tether. For me, I like to use Coinbase because with my bank account, the way it's set up, I can literally go in there, buy US dollar tether, and I don't even have to actually go onto the Coinbase app itself. I can do it from inside the Coinbase wallet. Just buy US dollar tether, have it inside my my Coinbase wallet, for instance. Then come over here to Uniswap, swap the US dollar tether over to Saitama. Now, the biggest things that you have to look for on your transaction fee, you're going to have at least 5% slippage for Saitama. Could be upwards of 10%. So if you try and run it through and it's saying that it won't work for you, make sure that you have that slippage set to at least 5% and bump it up until it'll run through for you. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you, since gasnow.org is down, you can come over here to Etherscan, and if you look in the description of the video where it says show more, click on that. You'll have a link here, and it'll give you, somewhat up-to-date gas GWEI prices. That way you can be sitting there waiting to hit swap on Uniswap and get your Saitama. Okay. If you haven't already, please come over here. I've gotten a couple more signatures now on the petition, so I appreciate you all joining in. Let's look and see if anybody's left any new comments. Just those two. So I definitely appreciate everybody that is supporting the petition. If you don't know what this is about, basically, I was making Saitama videos. I started my channel about a month ago, and somehow got pulled into Rick and Morty and got scammed like the rest of you, except for I was at that point an admin, and they were having me make videos showing people how to buy this crap. And so not only was I spending my own money and getting scammed, thinking I was in a legit project, and I should have known better. But yeah, here I am now, and I am working at basically exposing the scam. I have the inner workings of the Rick and Morty scam. I have the AMA with the developers and all the admins and everything essentially on that. So it's over an hour long. I've got all sorts of screenshots, all sorts of stuff, basically. The inner workings behind the scam. And if you've been watching my videos here recently, you'll notice in just like the last week or so, I've uncovered several other scams. The Nightmare Before Christmas token, Tails token, Knuckles token, Beavis and Butthead token. The last three there, they're all the same scam. If you look at their websites, they're identical. They're copy and cut. In fact, if you go back and watch my first Tails token video, whenever you load that, whenever I was loading that page, you could see at the very top, and I even pointed out in the video, when I was loading the Tails token website when they first launched, and I noticed it at the very top up here, where it's showing these what they call the site logo, it was showing Beavis, and lo and behold, like a couple days later or whatever, Beavis and Butthead launched, and they had fixed Tails token over to a different logo. So yeah, it's the same people. They're just copy and pasting the website templates. It's easy to do. You literally just copy and paste the website templates, and then you can change it up whatever you want to do by changing the theme. Like one's Beavis and Butthead, one's Tails, so you just swap the images and change the words around, but the actual template itself is all the same. And what's really bad, like if for all of you that said Tails isn't a scam and that I need to do my own research, like, oh my gosh, you people need to do your own research. That's literally what this channel is me doing my own research, and here you are telling me to do my own research. Like, how dense are you? For real. I'm not even gonna, I screenshotted you, you know who you are. If I really want to, if you keep on harassing me on my own channel, I will showcase you for everybody to see just how dense you are. Because, yeah, let's look over here at Knuckles. Whenever I looked at their Twitter, it's temporarily restricted because Twitter knows that they're a scam. Okay? Like, what do you not understand? If you see a copyright entity out here that doesn't have permission from the copyright owner, they're probably a scam. Let's look here. On any of my videos here, on these recent ones, you're going to find this nice little link that's going to take you over to a website about plagiarism. Specifically, about fan art. in the messy world of fan art and copyrights, right? We went through this like yesterday, so I'm not going to read it again. I just wanted to show you that this link is here so you can come read it yourself. If you disagree with me about any of your tokens that you have already bought into being a copyright violation, and you're telling me that I need to do my own research, okay, well, I already did my own research, and it was in the previous videos. And here's what I was looking at. So you can go read this, and if you are an attorney and you actually know that there's a law that says it's okay, please, by all rights, you are able to come over here and show us all. I'm asking you to do so, please. If you know of a law that allows people to come in and use somebody else's copyrighted work and make money off of it without getting sued, please, I would love to know. As would, I think, a lot of us, because, yeah, that's the main thing going forward from these projects right here. As was confirmed in the recent Catcher in the Rye case, characters can be granted copyright protection, as can many other non-expression elements of the original work. Basically meaning that anything from the original work, if you use their idea and then you make money off of it, it's copyright infringement. So that's on you to interpret however you want, but in the end, just because you didn't know that you were violating copyright doesn't mean that you still won't go to like court if you receive a cease and desist letter and then still continue, because that's probably what's going to happen if you look at some of the other ones, like what was it, Inu, I believe Atanas was talking about. They got a cease and desist letter from the sounds of things, and they had to shut down, and now they're going to relaunch and rebrand their token because they got sued for trying to use Keanu Reeves' name. Like, he didn't want somebody using his name. Okay? So it's up to the people that own the rights to that intellectual property to say yes or no. If they say no and they send you a cease and desist letter, well, sorry. And you shouldn't be starting your project off of somebody else's idea in the first place unless you have their permission, right? Because then you're just a thief. Yeah. I mean, as much as we want to create these fan tokens and everything, we can't do it. I'm sorry. It's called thievery. We're making money off of somebody else's idea. How would you like it? If you had created something and it was worth money, and then all of a sudden somebody else just took your idea that's rightfully yours, you have it copyrighted, and now they're making money off of it, and you're not seeing royalties off of it. That's how this whole system works. Like, every time, if you're a musician, every time that they play your song on the radio, you get a royalty for it, depending on what song it is and how popular it is and how much, who you are. It could be a lot of money, versus if it's not very popular, it might not be very much. The same can be said for movies and television. Every time that they play an episode of a show, or every time that they play a movie, there's royalties paid back to the people who own the copyright, who own, the rights to that and are due royalties. Do you understand now? If you want to do one of these tokens, that's fine. You need to go through the proper legal channels, have the copyright owner say, yes, we can do it. This is how much royalties you're going to pay me. And then, sure, it'll be legal. But until you do it that way, there's not really much else you can say other than, hey, we're going to hope that we can start this project and eventually just not get sued and shut down. How stupid is that? Not when we're talking about like millions, hundreds of millions of dollars maybe eventually, right? Like Saitama's got over $5 billion in the market cap now. Some people are talking about, well, is there copyright infringement due to Saitama from One Punch Man? I mean, sure, whenever it first launched, people could have said that it had a tie to the show because of the name. There's a capital city in Japan called Saitama. Pretty sure that it was there before the One Punch Man series. I don't know. It's fairly new. It was like whenever they took and converged 3 different areas or something. And it was in like 2001, I want to say, whenever I looked at it. Don't hold me to that year. It's just like top of my head, the number that's sticking out. Around 2001 is whenever Saitama was coined the name of that new capital city, I guess. So anyhow, like I said, if you want to, please come over here, read the Plagiarism. It is in the link right here. Uzumaki, that was one that I was talking about. Yeah, they're Naruto. It's a copyright of Naruto. So while they may not be a scam, I don't know if that's true or not. I do know that they are probably facing a cease and desist letter from the copyright owners of Naruto. Okay, that's up to them. You know, it's like I said, sure, you can make a fan club of something, but the moment that you monetize it and start making money off it's where you're facing lawsuits. Okay, let's just get that out there every damn video if I have to, so people will stop like trying to tell me to do my own research. Like, you can't make money off of somebody else's idea without paying them royalties, and without that they're gonna sue you quick. J.K. Rowling, Metallica, you name it. Like, there's lots of big names out there. As soon as you steal their stuff, man, they hit you fast with a lawsuit. Looking over here, these are the main 3 scams. They're Dex tools. So Beavis and Butthead, this is Knuckles, but Knuckles, Tails, Beavis and Butthead are the 3 I'm talking about. As you can see, the charts here, I don't know who keeps buying it. It's really unfortunate they are, and it could be that it's just the scammers. They have it set up to where they buy from the dev wallet, basically, to pump the price of the coin and act like it's still moving. It's not. It's just the scam. What's in here? So there's Rogue, Goku, Inu, Knuckles, Tails. So yeah, look, Tails token, and a lot of it. Wonder why. As you can see, it's not like this is hard information to find. You literally just come over here and click right on the most recent transaction, and you can see, like, this person, they bought 3 times, but they bought from a wallet where they've got a bunch of Tails tokens. So what they probably did was they were selling off over here. Look at that. I mean, you guys still are not, you don't think this is a scam? Seriously. I mean, I showed you the Twitter, right? And they just keep changing it. Last time I looked, it didn't even look like this. It actually showed Knuckles, I want to say. They've been messing with the Twitter quite a bit here. But, yeah, guys, I don't know what to tell you other than it's a scam. I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I have no problem admitting it down the road, but until you prove to me it's not a scam, I'm calling it a scam. Because like I said, Beavis and Butthead, their website logo, Beavis, was at the top of Tails token. The very first video I ever did. Here, do you want me to show you? Let's go right over here and I'll show you. Tails token, first video, right here. We'll load it up. That way we can see it. And like I said, if you have any disputes, whatever, I don't care. It's your opinion versus my opinion. It's my channel, so you want to talk about it, get your own channel. Oh, look, right here. If we skip, like, I'm at 16 minutes and 15 seconds into that video, but right there, as you can see, at the top of that page, that is where, let's see if I can go to full screen and not have it. Yeah, of course, it's going to put that up there. But yeah, right up there at the top is where I'm talking about. You can see Beavis. That's Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. And then eventually they changed it, right? So let's reload that actually, because it'll have the website link right down here. So the Tails website now has this little golden Tails looking emblem, I assume. Yep. It's actually Sonic, it looks like, almost, or one of the other characters. I can't remember his name. He was golden like that. It's been so long since I played those games. Yeah, they changed it. As you could see in that video, it was Beavis. And then shortly thereafter, Beavis launched on CoinGecko. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I call Knuckles, Tails, and Beavis and Butthead all part of the same scam. All their websites are identical. Everything is basically identical. It's just copy and cut, one to the next. I was looking at Patreon app and stuff, and it's like, man, it really sucks that some of you are like, hey, the best way to get a hold of me is on Patreon, where people have to pay to come to your channel. I'm sorry, but man, I don't agree with that. As you can see in all my videos, like if people comment on my videos, I respond to them, because why would I make somebody pay just to talk to me? That's a bunch of crap. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've really got a whole lot else. As you can see, gas prices aren't too horrible right now. Just kind of wait for your time. It's a little bit higher than it was when we looked at this earlier in the video, but you could definitely get your, transaction run through. At this rate, you're going to be paying over $50-$60 probably. But yeah, I mean, I'd wait until it dips down below the 60s again. If you can see it in the 50s or the 40s especially. 40s, you're looking probably around $35 to run that transaction or so would be my guess. But yeah, just keep an eye on it, and it'll move around pretty quickly, most of the time, especially late in the evenings like that. Beyond that, I don't think I've got a whole lot else for the crypto side of things. We covered Saitama, where it's been moving. Like I said, I expect it to 10x by the end of the year. Just incredible growth in their market from September to now to increase your market by more than $5 billion in a little over a month, about a month and 2 weeks. So yeah, it's been incredible to see how much has flowed into their market cap in that amount of time. And it might even have something to do with the fact that they have that self-reporting burn now. But if you look at the market cap, it's not nearly as high as the fully diluted. But yeah, like I said, it's moved so much here in the last 6 weeks that I just a few days ago, like I showed you on the 19th, I spent $300 to buy like 12 billion more, and it's already more than doubled in price. So if you have not already, I would definitely take a look at Saitama. I don't know, for me, for whatever reason, the website's still not working for me on my computer, like my Starlink internet. When I load it on my phone, it works just fine, but I have to be on my phone's network essentially. So I don't know what happened, whether Saitama did some sort of update with their website that caused an issue itself there, and so Starlink is like, hey, this is a bad website now because we can't get the proper security information from them, or if it's on Starlink side of things. I'm not sure. All I know is when I click on it, it does. Oh, it's working again. Yay, they fixed it. This is literally the first time I've been able to load the page in like a week. I mean, you've seen the videos. Thank God. Maybe they either listened to me or I wasn't the only one saying, hey, there's something wrong with the website. It won't load. So that's awesome to see it back up again. Very excited. I'm very excited. If you've never seen Borat, I don't necessarily recommend it, but yeah, it's one of those movies that, like, I watched it one time and I barely made it through the one time, but it was funny and it definitely had its moments. Dadgum. I don't know why. For me, for whatever reason, I have a lot of issues whenever I load the page. It won't show me holders or volume, any of this information. So I just basically have to use CoinMarketCap to track where it's at. So, no biggie. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I think that's pretty much the video on Saitama today. And then hopefully I've shown you some of the scams to look out for. And what you can do if you're wanting to, keep an eye out for new scams. If you look at pretty much like any of these videos that I posted, they should have right in the description. CoinGecko's recently added tokens, and you can click on that and come over here, and all you really got to do is look for a name that you recognize, Beavis and Butthead, Tails, Sonic, whatever. If the project is not officially licensed with that copyrighted entity, whoever owns it, then you can guarantee that project is headed for trouble down the road, if they even have down the road, because most of these have just been scams from the start. So like this one here, Blastoise Inu, because of your name, I don't know, I want to say Blastoise is a Pokemon, right? My son likes Pikachu and stuff like that, and all the Pokemon Go. And I wanted to say Blastoise is one of the characters from that. So, yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, folks, but you cannot use somebody else's copyrighted work. This guy here, Blastoise, he belongs to the Pokemon people, okay? So they're going to shut you down, okay? You need to change it. In my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. This is opinion, speculation, conjecture. But, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not going to touch a single token out on the market that has any sort of copyrighted material in it. Just not going to do it. Saitama, the only reason that I like this is because, so what if they freaking have the same name as a character in One Punch Man? There's also a capital city in Japan. It's called Saitama. I don't think they've really got much of a lawsuit against them. As you can see, gas is pretty good. I think that'll be it for the crypto side of things. If you want to go ahead and shut the video off here, that'll be it for that. Yesterday, I was showing some of the folks that were interested, I guess, in how to play a chord on guitar. So if you enjoyed that yesterday and you want to stick around now, I will show you the next chord, essentially, that I mentioned yesterday. So let's go ahead here, pull up my camera so I can see myself here and not look like a retard trying to show you a chord that you can't actually see in the camera. Get rid of the music, and then let's do this. Okay. So yesterday, and I'm going to switch this over. Apologize for this. Okay. So yesterday, I showed you how to do the G. Today, we'll do the C, because it's basically like the same. You just move 2 fingers down on like one string, basically. Yeah. So, with what we did yesterday, let me pull this up here so you can hear me better. With what we did yesterday, you started down here, your pinky, then your ring finger, are right here on the 3rd fret. This is your E string, right? This is your B string. Now you're going to come up with your middle finger, and this is your top E string on the 3rd fret. And you put your index finger right here on the A string on the 2nd fret. So this would be the G that I play. Now, to do the C, this is why I like to play this. To move into a C, all that you have to do is move these 2 fingers down 1 string each. So the G, C, right? Right? So it's, practice that essentially, because essentially, next time around, we can move into a D. E minor. Back to the G. There's the C. Right? So, easy enough. So, practice that, and then, like I said, if you're already proficient, the D is right here on the B string, 3rd fret, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the E string, 2nd fret, and then your index finger will be on the 2nd fret also, but on the G string. That's a D. If you take and put your pinky down on that, it's a D suspended. Okay? So, lots of cool stuff there on the guitar. Alright, guys. I don't have anything else for you. So, if you have not already, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave comments down below. Let me switch this back over now. Sorry for this. Yeah, leave me a comment down below if you have any questions, if you want to learn how to do something else. If you don't like the guitar and you want me to stop doing it, say something. I don't care. I'm just trying to teach people how to do stuff, Like, I know there's a ton of people that I've always wanted to learn how to play guitar, and so I'm just teaching you what I learned. Like, I've never taken a guitar lesson in my life, but somebody taught me how to play 4 chords, so that's what I'm doing for you. And maybe after 10 or 12 years, you can be proficient, like me. I don't know what else, guys. It's late. I've been up since I went to bed at 2 a.m. something and got up at 6 something. So yeah, I didn't even get 4 hours of sleep, and I've been up since then. So yeah, it's getting late and I'm tired. So I'm gonna get this to you. Let me know what you want me to do more videos on. I saw, I think there was another token. I didn't have a chance to look at it just yet. Nikarasu is the one. I think he mentioned that again. He did the other one, but I'll take a look at it tomorrow, and we'll do a video on that one. But yeah, if you have any other projects that you've seen that you want me to do a video over, just let me know. There's a lot of projects out there that are scams, and there's a lot that aren't really a scam, but they're also facing copyright infringement down the road. So it's like, well, what do you do? That's up to you. If you're already in a project and it's, for sure a scam, I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. That's your money. If you're in a project and you're not sure it's a scam, or let's say that you're sure it's not a scam, but they might be facing copyright down the road. Well, what do you do? I would say for the time being, just try and, don't sink the ship, essentially, but you need to do some research into whether they are going to be facing a cease and desist letter. I would recommend any project out there that has a copyright on their project, if you haven't already, you need to be working on changing it. Okay? Because I think that it's apparent most of the projects that are coming out with copyrights that you're all copying off of, they are scams in themselves. Like that whole coin, cartoon coin season that Rick and Morty created a trend on, whatever. Oh, we're trending. No, it was just a scam. And all the coins that came out there during that week or whatever were all scams. So all you did was create a trend for people to get scammed on. But, okay. I'll let you guys have a good evening, and I will come at you tomorrow with a fresh new video.